Good day, everyone. Welcome to episode 3 of Chatting with the Lightkeeper. This is the Lightkeeper here. My actual real name is Edward. Anyway, this week, well, actually, since it's bi-weekly, so this 2 weeks, does that sound better? Anyway, this episode, I want to talk a little bit about my journey and one of the things that I see very often from people who are new. So I guess if you're a veteran to the DS lifestyle, this podcast will be talking about things that you've probably experienced. So if that's the case, please do share your thoughts with me because I'd love to hear them, especially since everyone walks a different path, and we can all learn when people share what they've learned on their path. One of the things about my journey is that it started for me in college, which was a wonderful time and place for me to get involved. Being at that age, my mind is open to new things, wanting to experience so many things that just weren't available to me in the smallish town. I know people from small towns where there's a maybe a stoplight and that's it. Wouldn't consider it a small town, but for me, my hometown is considered a small town, and yes, everybody knows everybody. In fact, today the weather is rather nice here where I am, which is unusual for this time of year. So I thought about recording this outside. However, the problem is I'm getting new neighbors next door. The house next to me sold. So rather than the crazy old lady next door, it looks like a nice family of 4 is moving in. And I didn't think having them hear me talk about the DS lifestyle might make a not so good first impression. So I'm coming to you from my home office where I've been now working for over a year. And so I am very much looking forward to hopefully getting back to an actual office and dealing with those annoying people face to face rather than just peopling via video conference calls and all those things everybody has become familiar with. But just so you do know, I do actually wear pants on video conference calls. I don't just wear a shirt and tie and, sit in my PJ pants. I actually do fully dress up and pretend to go to the office every day, even though that is not the current norm. Before I really get going on this, since I am coming to you from the home office today, one of the joys of having the home office has been being able to spend time with my office supervisor every day. In other words, my dog. She has been a little sassy this morning, so there's a fair probability that she will lend her voice at some point to this podcast. So if you hear a barking dog howling, that would be mine, and she will just be saying hi to whoever happens to be walking by. There's a group of senior ladies that always take a stroll through my neighborhood every morning, and they are due about this time to come through, and every day she chats with them. So I would expect her to make a guest appearance at some point this morning. Anyway, back to the subject at hand. Since I had the experience of entering the lifestyle in college, having my first lifestyle relationship during that time frame, I want to share with you what transpired with me after college, because I think this is something that pretty much everyone in the lifestyle will go through at some point. After college, I, went off, got the good job that my parents were so excited for, and I was too. Um, and as I entered the corporate world, I sort of did the reevaluation of life. I'm an adult now officially. If you remember the Pursuit of Happiness song. So as an adult, I put the lifestyle away. I labeled it a college phase. And the other thing that I struggled with was how the lifestyle fit my life. Because many things about the lifestyle that are very common sort of went against the values that I was raised with. The idea that when your submissive partner makes a mistake as a dominant, you have to hold them accountable. And of course, being taught the lifestyle in a very old school manner, accountability often meant a physical action, spanking or things along those lines. And I was raised to be a gentleman, so I really had a disconnect of how that lifestyle fit where I was in my life. now that I was an adult. So I put it away. I went vanilla, put my head down, started doing those 50, 60-hour wonderful work weeks. And I did date, dated some amazing women. The thing that happened along the way was every relationship, I can't explain it other than using this word, boredom set in. And it's not the fault of the people I dated. They were amazing, but it was something that was lacking in the relationship for me. So after a couple of serious relationships, I really started to do a deep dive into myself to try and figure out what the heck was wrong with me. I mean, why was I feeling this disconnect? My partners were amazing, and it just every time it seemed to be about the 9 month to a year period where this unsatisfactory feeling sort of crept into things. So stepping back, I looked at what I found worked in my past relationships, and the one that I cherished the most was in college, the DS relationship. And even the partners that I dated in college that were DS, but it wasn't the right fit. Those dating experiences were more rewarding and more just fulfilling for me. So it started my thoughts coming back to the lifestyle. So I came back very slowly. I didn't just jump in. I know many people today just jump into the DS lifestyle pool, so to speak, right off the high dive and sink or swim. I more or less started back in the kiddie pool, putting a pinky toe in and pulling it out, and then putting two toes in, slowly working my way back in, and really went on a voyage of self discovery and learning about the lifestyle. Even though I had amazing mentors and really invested in my earlier years in learning about the lifestyle, I really spent this time looking not necessarily so much at the lifestyle, but how it fit me, taking bits from other people I talked to, what worked for them, and what wouldn't work for me, and working to make it all come together for me. And so I slowly started getting more and more back into it. And when I came back, the biggest realization that I had was that I could still be the person that I am. I believe I'm a good person, a gentleman, but also still embrace the DS lifestyle. And the biggest kicker for me that was like the aha moment was when I realized that not only can I be a gentleman, and that the things that troubled me, the accountability side of it, it all happens because of one key component. And that key component is consent. The submissive is consenting to the dominant leading, and is also consenting to the dominant correcting things when there is something that goes bump, either in the submissive's life or their actions or in the relationship, that the dominant leads, corrects it, and moves forward. And that was the big aha moment for me. And the other thing that I learned is that DS doesn't have to be, and I apologize, Harry Potter fans, I'll probably goof this up, but it doesn't have to be a dark art. It can be a point of lightness in your life. It doesn't have to be dark. It doesn't have to happen in, you know, dark, scary dungeons and basements, but it can be a bright, vibrant, shining beacon. That's one of the reasons why I like the Lightkeeper as my name online, because I believe the lifestyle is a bright, shining beacon for people, no matter what side of the slash you're on. And so, while many people make it out to be, a dark art, something that, if Professor Snape was into the lifestyle that he would teach in his advanced dark art classes, to be a falsehood. DS is very much a bright, vibrant place filled with bright, vibrant people. So that was for me one of the biggest issues I had, was learning that I can embrace the lifestyle and still be a bright, vibrant, and good person. It doesn't make me a bad person. It doesn't make me weird. I'm weird enough already. Everybody is. In fact, I learned as I grew back into the lifestyle that the people in the lifestyle are much more accepting of other people's flaws, their idiosyncrasies, and just more accepting on the whole, more so than the vanilla world, much less judgmental. Yes, there's still judgment here. Yes, people still judge others on a daily basis, and everyone who says that the lifestyle is a judgment-free zone. Sorry if you know the ads for the gym, but it's a great metaphor. Everybody judges, whether it's somebody that you want to hire, whether you or fire on the opposite side of that. Unfortunately, in my job, that's part of the judging that I have to do on a fairly regular basis. And but judgment happens, but it's much more accepting here of people who enjoy it and even those who are exploring. So I love the openness of the lifestyle. But the other thing I want to talk about too, since I know I'm not the only one who sort of puts their feet in and then would pull their feet out, especially in the beginning of my reemergence into the lifestyle, is that there are going to be comers and goers that everyone is going to encounter. You may meet somebody that's an amazing friend online, and a lot of this happens online now, and you get talking to them, and then all of a sudden, poof, one day they're gone. And most likely they went poof because they pulled their foot back out of the lifestyle pool. And then 6 months, a year later, you may see that foot back in the water, or you may never see it again. But a lot of people kind of come tiptoe in. Something doesn't quite feel right, they pull back, then they decide they want to pursue it again, they come back. It's in and out, in and out. And I've been around longer than I'd care to admit, although I don't consider myself old, and I'm not. But uh, you see people come and go, and the same people will come back. Sometimes it takes a while, other times it doesn't. And there are some that, completely go away, but oftentimes you see people kind of come and go, and also people take breaks. And this is one of the things that I think is healthy to discuss about the lifestyle. Sometimes it's needed that we take a break from the lifestyle. Maybe you had a relationship go bad and you need a break. It's okay to hit the pause button, step back, reevaluate your life, get your poop in a group, and then come back. You don't necessarily need to be involved in the lifestyle at times when you need to have a break from it. You can pull back, and then you can reemerge into it when you're ready. There are people out there who will say that when you're in the lifestyle and you have troubles, whether it's a relationship issue or just the general troubles that we all face in life, that that's when you really need to dive in deeper and really embrace the people in the lifestyle. And for some people that works great, and it's awesome when they do it, but that isn't always the fact that it doesn't work for everyone. So if anybody feels the need to pull back, have a break, kind of get themselves mentally pulled back together and then re-enter the lifestyle, that is amazing. So it's one of those falsehoods that drives me a little bonkers is when I see people say that you should never pull back, you should never hit the pause button. And we all need to hit the pause button in life. That's one of the lessons that COVID has taught me, is that we do need to hit the pause button in life, because finding balance sometimes can be the biggest challenge. And sometimes to find that balance, we have to put parts of our life on pause so we can take care of another part of our life to get it in balance so we can move forward elsewhere. And this lifestyle is no different. So if you need to hit the pause button in life, go ahead, hit the pause button, take a break from the lifestyle, come back when you're ready. Or if you feel the need to dive in, and that you're going to find comfort in the people that you meet and the people that you hold on to during those struggles, that is fine too. Everyone needs to do what works for them. There isn't a true path forward. So that is an important fact to remember. The other thing that I think it's really important that everyone who is new understand is that just because you have an interest in the lifestyle or are into the lifestyle it doesn't make you weird, strange, or different. It may not be something that you want to broadcast. I mean, you may not want to wear the I Heart BDSM t-shirt, say, to Thanksgiving dinner with the family. But that is wonderful because with this lifestyle, we can pick and choose who we allow to see it. It's not necessarily a secret because it's something that we do tell others, but we get to pick and choose who we allow into this intimate space in our life. So that is one of the things I love about this lifestyle is that while I would say that some of my close vanilla friends they don't know that I'm involved in this, and well, I guess if they find this podcast, they'll figure it out, but or my blog. But either way, I'm comfortable with that, or I wouldn't be doing this. And they understand that there's something about me that's a little different, but that something that they don't know that is this lifestyle is that difference is what makes the friendship work for us. And so don't be afraid that you're going to lose friends because of this, because you don't have to tell everyone and anyone that you're involved. You can pick and choose, and that's a beautiful thing. And lastly, just to get back to a little bit of my journey that I talked about before, is the lifestyle is all based upon consent. So you can be a lady, you can be a gentleman, you can be whoever it is you want to be, and find that this lifestyle can and will fit you if it's indeed where you're meant to be. There is no, it doesn't make you less than or somehow take away from who you are to be involved in the DS lifestyle. And in fact, for me, once I finally did admit it to myself and reached that point where I accepted it, it really was a life altering event because I was really able to find comfort with who I am. I no longer felt that I was missing something out of my life, that there was a gap that I was trying to fill. And since then, I have had some amazing relationships that were involved in the lifestyle, and that feeling of that discontent, that boredom, it never surfaced. So for me, it definitely was that lifestyle connection that was missing. And I've learned that while it makes dating much more difficult, I cannot go back to vanilla, no matter how amazing a vanilla person might be. It's just not going to be the right fit for me. So, on that note, I think I'll wrap this up today. I know this is a little shorter than last week's podcast, but I think brevity is key because I think if I keep talking for too long, people will just sort of tune out. So, thank you for giving me a listen, and I look forward to connecting with you again in a couple of weeks' time. Until then, please stay safe and enjoy the life and the lifestyle. Thank you.